Okay, it's time to read a nap book. And our book today is called One More Story. Look, he's got a dinosaur book, which is what we're learning about this week. Supper time was over. Bath time was over. That meant just one thing. Story time, cried Little Brown Bunny. So Mommy read him a story, then another, then another. Just one more? Begged Little Brown Bunny. So Daddy read him one more story, right to the end. Still, Bunny said, just one more. Granny's turn, cried Daddy Rabbit. When Granny had read all the dragon books and Grandpa had read them again, Little Brown Bunny still wanted just one more. Mommy Rabbit gave a big yawn. Ooh. But, Little Brown Bunny, look, she said. We've read all of your stories, see? No more stories means it's time for sleep. Oh, said Bunny. Maybe, he whispered, I'll make a bedtime book. A super, super long one. Then story time will last all night. Next morning, Bunny hopped out of bed. Hooray, he cried. Time to make my story. He bounced across to his making things box. Soon he was writing big, long words and drawing lots of pictures. At last, he heaved up his heavy book. This was going to be the longest story ever. Are you sitting comfortably? He asked his toys. We might be here a long, long time. Two minutes later, it was all over. Mom! Called Bunny. My super long story wasn't super long at all. Don't worry, said Mom. Why don't you go and ask your friends what stories they like? Then you can add them to your book. Clever, Mommy, cried Little Brown Bunny, and off he went. Little Owl was playing with his rocket when Bunny bounced in. My favorite stories, he hooted, are ones about the moon. One day I'm going to fly there. Zoom! I love the moon too, said Bunny. Thanks, Owl. And he blasted off to find Little Mouse. Little Mouse was having a teeny snack when Bunny bounced in. I love stories about cheese, she mumbled. Big cheese, small cheese, round cheese, smelly cheese, any cheese really. Thanks, Mouse, giggled Bunny, holding his nose as he raced off to find Little Wolf. Little Wolf was having a tea party when Bunny came by. Well, I do love stories about piggies, he said, and that grandma with the big furry ears. My favorite story, grinned Big Daddy Wolf, is the one all about hugs. Oh, Daddy, giggled Little Wolf, what big arms you have. All the better to hug you with, chuckled Daddy Wolf, and he gave his boy a big daddy kiss on the nose. Thanks for your help, Bunny called. Then he huffed and puffed all the way back home. Little Brown Bunny got out his book and scribbled down stories of moons made of cheese and rockets and big fluffy hugs. By the time he had finished, it was dark outside. Come on, everyone, he called. This is going to be the best, most super-duper storybook ever. He opened it ever so carefully and took a big, deep breath. Then, Little Brown Bunny fell fast asleep.